Okay guys, welcome back to another video with Risky, and today we are playing some Prison Architect. And I think you guys will notice some distinct differences, being I have rooms that with all these flashing triangles saying warning, these are not, these things aren't meant. And that is because I did some planning. I know, Risky did planning. Sounds kind of out of the normal, and that is because I felt that I was really disorganized. So now I did some planning, and I am ready to build for you guys and talk about what I'm doing. So what I did was I set up a solitary confinement room. I also did some more cells so that we have things. This big cell is probably like a luxury cell or a dorm, to where we can just fit more prisoners in here, or I'm probably not going to leave it that and make it a addition to this storage room right here. I also have a place to put a water plant, the staff room, infirmary and stuff, because I've not yet unlocked it because, guys, we don't have a warden yet. And that was because I was needing a lot of money, and the money part was getting in the way. But I think we are almost ready to... Now, don't get your hopes up. Let some prisoners in so we can start having some mayhem happen. And if you notice, I got rid of all of the... Let me skip a couple of hours just to get the sun up. So I think you noticed that we don't have any trees out here, and we have a crap ton of wood over here. And that was because I went ahead and cut it down. I did not sell any, so that you guys didn't miss out on seeing how much wood we actually have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and rehire my workers, and we're going to get up to 10, and we're going to go into the quick build phase and start building some of these cells. So just grabbing up some of these cells that I already planned out, which was a good thing because I'm glad I did, because now I actually have a structure to what I want to cover in today's video. So I'm using the quick build tool so that I can build already planned out structures, because I kind of like the built-in everybody gets the same cell thing, instead of trying to figure out how to make a cell that is not half bad looking. So there's that. Now here's where we get into the fun part, this luxury cell over here. I also need to throw up the walls for all of this stuff. Now hopefully we don't go into debt too quickly, because I'd like to spend a little bit more time with you guys and telling you guys, or talking to you guys, I guess. Now what I did over here was, for the shower, is the pillars are so that I can put 4 shower heads, and I'll show you in just a second what I mean, around them, so that it looks like they're poles in the shower room, to set up like a 4 showers, so I can fit as many showers in there as possible. So yeah, that's what that was for. And then, wow, this is actually going pretty smooth because I have a structure to it. The next thing was to, and you can see all these white boxes here. Those were objects, and because you can't put specific objects in when you're doing planning. So there's that, which means that I'm putting in staff doors, because this section of the prison up here is going to be staff only, and then this internal area down through here and into these other areas are going to be pretty much open space. The only difference is I want to put something to stop prisoners from just walking out through visitation, because that is a possibility. and that is something that can happen and will happen eventually. So we've pretty much built everything. The only thing we need to do now is finish up the last couple of things. And I also wanted to ask you guys something, because if I was wondering if this isn't your kind of cup of tea, would you rather see me do like a infinite money build where we build the most bad mamma jamma of a prison and we try and escape? Would you like to see that? Just like leave it in the comments what you want to see, and I can do what I can to make it happen, because I think that if I get you guys involved in figuring out what you guys want to see, I can better help you guys enjoy my content a little bit more. I just remembered that I needed to put a door there, a staff door there, because that is the infirmary right there, and a normal door here. I think I put it in the wrong way. I did. Oops. That is a-okay, because we just fixed it. And so let's find out how much wood we got from all of this, because I think, or how much money we got from all this wood. So up here you can watch how much money I get, and as you can see, it's quite a bit really quickly. Wow, we're already at 27,000 in-game currency. All that wood got us 35,350 or 550. Sorry, I can't read. That's actually quite a bit. And okay, so now we're gonna do the solitary cells, and this is because we're gonna need a place to put the bad prisoners. The ones who cause problems for everybody while they're here in the prison. I just noticed that you guys can't hear it. Let me see if I can get something going for us. Yeah, that's that should be better. Hopefully you guys can hear that, cause. And for those of you who don't know, Monstercat is the music I'm playing. It's the company that I have a license with to play their music. Let's see here. We need a toilet. Solitary door. Not light, solitary door. And then one last thing. There and there. And now we have solitary confinement. We also need staff doors in a couple of places. There and there and there. And then, oh, there and there. The reason why I put so many staff doors in is because generally prisoners can't get out or get through them, but if they somehow do, they're going to need another obstacle. And yeah, if they get through one, they should be able to get through all of them, but the more obstacles we have, the easier it is for us to catch them and stop them and put them back in their cell, or even put them in solitary confinement. The next thing I'm going to do is the water station, because we got to get water to all of this flashing stuff. And I got to figure out how to run it effectively without getting large pipes in too many areas. to where they can escape from. Okay, let's see how that works for this section. Okay. So, for those of you who don't notice, because you guys didn't watch my other videos, how smooth is this running compared to the other ones? Because I want to know from what you guys are seeing, what you guys think of the new content. And if you guys didn't notice, I am now in 1080p because I got a new monitor. Mostly for the fact that I needed a new monitor because I can't use another one, or the other one I have forever, because it's not really actually mine. Sort of. It is mine, but isn't. Actually, no, it's not mine at all. Like, in no sense of the word is it mine. Okay, I think we can get away with putting large pipes there, but I'm not sure. And I should be able to run large pipes down through here to there, and then small pipes from here to there, there to there, there, and let's see how well that works. See if all of those get stopped all at one time, and then what I'll do after that is get these flashing things done and throw in some light bulbs throughout the prison. So that got all of that. So now we have to go to this, because we have to get electrical going to all of these flashing electricity things, because you have to have wires directly to them from the power stations. And that is because some things are just require that much electricity, or that much of something. So, yeah. The next thing I'm going to do is put drains and shower heads in. This is so that we have a working shower for the prisoners, because they're going to have a hygiene thing that they need to fulfill, and if we aren't fulfilling that, then bad things are going to happen, and people are going to be mad, and I could possibly lose my job. That is there, 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 and there. Now, orientation doesn't actually really matter, if I remember correctly, because it's just one of those things that it doesn't really look for. I also need to put in lights in that corner, that corner, that corner, and that corner. So there, and there, there, and there, there, one there, one there, and one there. Mostly lighting. What I'm doing now is I'm lighting all of these areas that are really dark. Mostly for the fact that when people are there, I'd like to be able to see them, even after the fog of war is gone, because that's just something that happens. The fog of war will stop me from being able to see something, and it also prevents me from, so we're going to do that. Now, for those of you who don't, or who are wondering why I have 2 power stations and only 1 water, is because the water stations don't really, like, they produce the same amount of water, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I'm fairly certain that each station produces this, like, enough water to water everything, as long as you have enough large pipes to make it to everything. So, like, here you can notice the water's darker, whereas down here it gets lighter and lighter because the flow is not that is not strong enough, or not necessarily strong enough, but is not like full, whereas it the more large pipes you have, the more water you can and then the smaller pipes kind of constrict what you're able to do. Like right now, I'm getting that issue where water can't flow that far. So like you can see, it flows into the room by 3, but doesn't go any farther than that. So I have to draw from more areas and hopefully get it to run enough water there. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do it. I mean, I'm going to, but I'm possibly going to have some issues. See how well that works. I know I'm like a madhouse mess with this. It's probably really making people cringe, which is not what I want to do, but what I am kind of doing. Go back into utilities. Oh, we are so close. That's really unfortunate. I really want to figure out how to get enough water to where I'm going. Let's see here. I know what I was saying, like when I was saying earlier, I was saying that the large pipes they can escape from, but at this point, I kind of need more large pipes to funnel more water over there, so it just looks like I'm going to have to keep an eye on there, and when I get to a point where, actually that's probably in a good spot to where that I don't have to worry about them digging to it that much. So everything's powered, everything's got water, everything is, there. We have a couple more rooms to do, but we need to hire 2, 3, 4, 5, and oh, I actually needed some more money. Not money, but so I needed to have some more funds so I can hire couple of things, a warden, and now we can go to bureaucracy, and this is where we get into the like in-game time is kind of weird. What did it say I needed to research? Was it finance? Yeah, and then I have to hire an accountant. So while that's going, we're gonna try and knock out this cell real fast. So we need bunk beds. I think we're gonna do 3 bunk beds. Do you guys... I don't know if we should put a toilet in. I do know we need a normal jail door. And put it there. Oh, it does need a toilet. Yeah, never mind. And a normal bed. Why aren't the bunk beds registering as beds? That way people can poop in peace, hidden behind 2 beds. Actually, if it's asking for a normal bed, actually no, I need to check the rooms then, because oh, it's supposed to be a dormitory. My bad. I had it set as a room, or as a as the what's the word for it? I'm having a brain fart on the word. As a cell instead of a shared cell or a room that more than one person can be in, because each room has a different set of parameters that need to be acquired, or acquired for it. So yeah, it just asks for a bed enclosed behind doors and so. That was weird. What else do we need to do? I think what we can do is get rid of this storage area. And I did that so that we had more space to put things, but these two should be fine for now. If it turns out to be more of a hassle, I may go ahead and build more. And then, so this is where we're going to be at next episode, I think. And what I plan on doing is expanding the prison a little bit. Actually, no, we're not there yet. I wanted to put in a track for the prisoners. Like, this is just an aesthetics thing. I don't need to do this because they're gonna walk around anyway. This is just so that I can feel like I'm modeling this after like what an actual prison yard would kind of look like. There was another thing that I forgot that I needed, which was weight benches, and those I can just put there. And okay, that's more aesthetically pleasing. So we got some weight benches. There's not a whole lot to put outside in the yard because there's not a whole lot you really like. You don't even need to put anything. It's just a place for them to go to get quote unquote exercise. Now the staff room. There's a couple of things I needed to do, but first we're gonna go in and hire an accountant, and I need to let prisoners in. So I guess today is the day where we finally intake prisoners, and I don't have an issue where. So fill to capacity. We're bringing in 35 prisoners. Wow. That's a lot, given the fact that we've not brought in any prisoners and we're on day 221 of the build. The next thing so what I was saying about the yard is they only go out there for like a few minutes of actual game time and then come back, but like in the schedule, and I'll show you the scheduling, is they only have 1 yard time, and that is here in like another 30 seconds now, and that works for another 120 seconds, so I think 60 seconds is per minute or per hour, I think. But yeah, that's just so that they don't have to do that. And there's a couple of things I want to do, which is put things into the staff room. So we need a wide sofa and a drink machine, and then I'm going to throw some stuff in the common room afterward with whatever we have left over. So grab a wide sofa and put that there and there and there. And then we're going to have a radio put in right there. And then this is where we get into the fun part. We have phone booths, and I don't need to put phone booths in, but I can put phone booths in, and then have what was the other thing we needed? Drink machine. So there we go, and throw those there. I know I don't need to put that many in. It only called for 1, but why not go overboard, right? So this is where I'm going to start this part, because there's a grant that I can do later that allows me to that calls for needing it is the common room. So it needs a pool table, at least 2 TVs, and 5 phone booths. So the phone booths in the staff room also count. They don't have to be in the common room. They also need, I've already built visitation with at least 3 visiting tables, and now I'm doing the common room part. And the reason why I'm doing it this early is because I already knew some of the stuff that I needed to go through to do it. But we're actually right now trying to wait for what, we have 6 in-game hours, so 6.5 minutes, I think, to work on this, and then we're going to be ready. So now I need to put, I don't know how I want it. I want maybe, yeah, like that, and one there. Phone booths. Eventually, I can get into the more technical things like a wiretap or a phone tap instead of a other things. Like I can do metal detectors. There's a lot of really cool things that I want to do that would be awesome to incorporate into this series or series of series. I know that didn't make any sense, but I plan on doing more than one season. Air quotes around that, because when I say season, I mean like more than one set of prisons. So at the end of, so my overall plan is to do some episodes with this, get through it a little bit, and then after so long, there's a feature where you can sell your prison and start over. And I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun for people, but it's just like it's actually rather fun to build bigger and bigger as your prison becomes more expensive. So this is where you're seeing the fog of war set in. The fog of war is areas that you can't see because you don't have guards there. You can only see what you have staff, where you have staff and whatnot. So like now I can see into this area and into this area. Wow, he got put into solitary like right away. Sucks to be him. So then that's actually pretty much it until we get things researched. The accountant. Forgot that I had to do that. So I'm gonna do one of them. Oh, she went to the wrong office. I didn't want her in that one. That's not nice. Now let's go to grants since we have 15, so we can do that. The next one is 50, and that's actually crazy. Visitation rights. Let's do that because we've already done it. And then at this point, I'm just like collecting free money at this point because they're things. That is what I want to do. Okay, so the medical ward is going to be very, very, very helpful. And security. I need security as well. And so the medical ward is where this is what this was. This is where I'm putting the infirmary and the morgue, so that like when people do unfortunately die in prison, due to whatever issues it may be, you can easily bring them out and hopefully. Oh wow, that's actually really cool. So what you can do is there's 177 of these, and you can find them every so often. And I didn't know that the prisoners would be like their environment and this, that, and another. Oh, and then we also need maintenance, because we need custodians to go around and clean the floors because they're complaining that it's really dirty. Because you can see all of these scuffs and stuff on the floor and all this crap from when I was building, because there was no need to make it sanitary and clean. Experiences. See, the one thing I've never really been able to do is the reform. Getting that up, and I think that is done through the school. So, yeah. So next time we will do some more stuff, and I'll figure out what to incorporate to make it fun for you guys to watch. But I think this is where we're gonna call it quits, and I will see you guys in the next episode. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you didn't, go ahead and hit the dislike button. And if you and if your feelings are a little bit more complicated than that, you can go ahead and write me in the comments, and I'll try and address that personally. And until the next time, guys, I will. Yeah. Until the next time, stay frosty.